Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible? Can you confirm if I'm audible? Thank you, Code Revium, for letting me know. Maybe it is my voice, not speaker. Thank you all for joining. Maybe it needs some settings which I do not know right now, but I will keep this in mind. This is for testing. And I'm here live to thank some of my subscribers who helped me in this venture. But can you listen clearly? If you can please notify me if you are listening correctly or clearly. Let's wait and see a few more viewers join this live stream. Brother Shabib, I'm not a preacher. I'm just someone who uploads the videos of the Mashayikh so that maybe Allah grants me salvation in the hereafter for doing this. So let's start it. I don't think any more people are joining, and if they join, that will be good also. I started uploading videos on YouTube in 2019 with the intention that maybe if Allah accepts this deed, maybe this will be a salvation for me in the hereafter, and I wouldn't be ashamed in front of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm just a sinner and I do not have good deeds on my account. So, this is the only refuge that I have. I posted videos on that channel. Its name was Say Subhanallah for 5 years. I think, uh, no, 5 years back, I lost access to that channel. I thought it all ended, but nonetheless, I started another channels. I started uploading videos of some mashayikh I did not know the Aqidah of really, but they posed to be Sunnis. But through the commenters and some brothers, they told me that these mashayikh they are posing as Sunnis. Actually, they are wolves in the sheep's clothing. They were disguised as Sunnis, and I stopped and reflected upon those videos, and I deleted those channels. Then a year ago, I started again and started to post videos of Sheikh Asrar Rashid and other ulama. And in the journey, I may have posted some of the deviants I did not really know the Aqidah of because they were, you know, they seemed to be Sunnis, but actually they were not. But because of your help, I was able to identify them and I contacted some mashayikh and they also told me not to upload their videos and I stopped. Because the main motive of this channel is to promote the Aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah and there is no compromise on that. Some of my favorite mashayikh, they are counted among Sunnis and there is not a lot of deviance on their part. Mufti Shahid Ali Sahab, he contacted me and told me that they have promoted some of the Wahhabi Deobandi scholars. A sheikh he had promoted on his podcast a Deobandi scholar who said about uh, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's knowledge. He quoted the fatwa of his master, of his Deobandi elder, that Mazallah Suma Mazallah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's knowledge is like the knowledge of every insane, etc. I do not want to quote the full statement of that Japanese scholar, and he wrote below that it is just a PR. It was a bad PR, but the statement is correct. And I stopped posting that sheikh also because I was reading about Imam Malik perhaps that when he told the people who were following him that do not keep any contact with the Mu'tazila because they are a deviant sect and they are, you know, they are not good for Islam. Do not do nikah with them. Do not pray behind them and all sorts of things. Do not even talk to them and he also forbade them from attending his lectures. So if any sheikh, has associations with these Deobandi scholars or Wahhabi scholars or Shia scholars, then we do not compromise. We leave him, although we cannot do takfir of him. We cannot call him a deviant because we are laymen, but we do not post him either. I started the channel and the intention was to start a podcast because as laymen, we have a lot of questions that are not being answered. A lot of people, a lot of mashayikh, they answer the questions, but they are not, among the laymen as we are, as the questions we face daily from the Wahhabis, these Deobandis, they might not get those questions. So, as a layman, I took this initiative that I will pose these questions to the mashayikh so that they can clarify the answers. Brother Usman, I understand your question. I will ask him Mufti about this, and if he does not allow me to, post these videos or keep them on YouTube, then I will surely delete them. So very soon we are starting a podcast. I am in touch with some scholars. Some are out of country and some are quite busy because there is a wave of Islamophobia in UK and America. Muslims are being targeted and they are currently fighting that Islamophobia. Once they get, once they get the time, they have promised that they will do the podcast with me. Till then, we have to wait. So I wanted to thank some of my supporters who supported me who monetarily supported me. I wanted to mention their names. This podcast, it would have not been, you know, at current stage without their help. There was a person, Muhammad Khan, Brew has, Jawad Iqbal, Talha Maqsood, Muhammad Kabir, Ahmad Al Hashmi, Subhan Ahmad, Ali Raza Ahmad, and there was a person, Ahmad Al Hashmi. This brother donated $1,000 for this podcast, and I am really grateful to him. This is the highest donation we have received. It is approximately 87,000 if we convert it to Indian rupees, and this is a huge donation. I was able to buy a lot of things from this donation. Jazakallah khair to everyone who supported through super chats. Some sent PayPal money, some sent through coffee. So we are starting this podcast very soon. If anyone has questions, he can ask regarding this podcast. Please write your questions in the live chat. I will try to answer them. Brother Shabir, sound is echoing, bro. Actually, I do not know how to set up this mic really, but I will try to, do the settings of this mic, and maybe in the podcast the sound will be good. If anyone has any questions, please ask. Murtaza Suyasmanch majority audience UK tam samjhan sun Kashmiri ki. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. And I also want to thank Shabir Ansari brother. Has been a member of this channel from the very start, and it has been a great help, brother. Does anyone have any questions? Please, if anyone has questions, or you can just write in the chat that we do not have any questions. I did this live stream so that we can connect with each other. I can know you and you can know me. By the way, my name is Pirzada Ishtiyaq. I'm from Kashmir. Okay, I do not think anyone has any questions. We also have a YouTube channel under the green dome Urdu, and there I post Urdu videos, and I am going to. No, I do not live in UK. I live in Kashmir, and I am going to, post Urdu podcasts on that channel. You should also subscribe to that channel. Those people who understand Urdu, there will be scholars from Kashmir majorly, and I will try to contact some of the Indian scholars if they accept the invitation. We will do a podcast with them also. I should also tell you that this is the first time I'm facing a camera. I have never, you know, been in front of a camera, so there may be mistakes, and I want you to forgive me for them. I am quite camera shy, and all of us should be praying for Palestine, and we should always remember our brothers in Palestine in our duas. Maybe send money to them through the genuine and legal, people. Some of our brothers in India, they were arrested for selling aid to Palestine illegally. So we should avoid that and use all illegal sources. Jazakallah Sheikh. Jazakallahu khair, shadow warrior. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Muhammad Sabdar Ansari brother. And we should educate ourselves with the history of Palestine and the land we live in, because today the Muslims they are being targeted everywhere. By educating yourself, you can refute those allegations or those accusations that they put on Muslims. They are accusing Muslims of terrorism. They are accusing Muslims of pedophilia, and they are accusing Muslims of grooming gangs, which is really silly, really. Because if we check the history of these people, it is painted with blood, rape, colonialism, and every vice you can think of. My name is Pirzal Ishtiaq. I am from Kashmir. And I do not think there is, really anything valuable that I can know about my life and get inspired. There is nothing. Final sa mesh pai to shim varias zyada badi fan. The future plans of the channel is to, start the podcast, and we will see after that how the channel grows. Maybe we will establish an organization, open madrasas, institutions for Islamic knowledge, etc. Build masjids with the help of you people because you have been helping me a lot. I am not from Pakistan, Kashmir. Nun Murtaza, there are a lot of organizations that send aid legally to Palestine, even though the Israeli genocidal forces do not allow them. But there are some organizations and they are legal. And I heard from one of the lectures of Sheikh Asrar Rashid Sahab that there is a fatwa of Allah Hazrat Imam Ahmad Khan Rahimullah that instead of doing the Jotha, the fourth day after there is a demise, you should send that money to Ottoman Empire at that time. But now the Palestine needs it the most. If anyone has any more questions, he can ask. I am not from Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and I think that answers your question. Brother Yasir, Pirzada. Nun Murtaza, this is the book by Sheikh Asrar Rashid Sahib. This is Navigating the End of Times, and this is a really book on Ashratu Sa, the the signs of the end of times. You should buy this book. It is available in India on Lim Store. It's worth reading. And the book by Asrar Rashid Saab, Islam Answers Atheism. It is a must-read book. You must read it because there is a growing fitna of atheism in Kashmir right now. Our scholars, our Kashmiri scholars, they are not doing anything to refute atheism or skepticism or anything. And with this podcast, inshallah, we will also be refuting atheism, nihilism, etc. All the isms that we have in this time. Brother Sadr, I already told you about myself. You had because you have been in the live from the very beginning, I think. Yes, I am in touch with Hanfi scholars. I am mostly in touch with Hanfi scholars. I do not know enough Shafi scholars because the subsidiary issues, in subsidiary issues, I follow Hanfi fiqh. No intellectual intifada is not available in India right now. I had contacted the owner of the Ilm store. Mm, he still hasn't got it. Engineer Ali Mirza is, you know, he has been unanimously declared a deviant, and he thrives upon the people who are new to knowledge, who do not have a background in Islamic sciences. Their fathers, they were mostly laymen. You cannot deviate a person who has a basic understanding of Islam. And for Engineer Ali Mirza, I think his targeted audience are imbeciles. There is a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let me read it to you. And that is enough for us, to refute Engineer Ali Mirza and likes. There is hadith that the messenger of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "This sacred knowledge will be borne by the reliable authorities of each successive generation, who will preserve it and remove from it the alterations of the excessive, the interpolations of the corrupt, and the false interpretations of the ignorant." And the first point of this hadith, that there will be reliable authorities of each successive generation. As far Engineer Ali Mirza is concerned, there is no sheikh he has, credentials from, he can refer to. He thinks that he is the only person who understood Islam in the 1400 years of history of Islam. And also, the worst thing about fitna is that it spreads quite fast. Well, I do not have fans, I have brothers in Islam. You can only deal with his students, his followers, by educating yourself. They are quite adamant, stubborn, and bigots, and it is very hard to convince them that Engineer Ali Mirza is a deviant. He only makes big claims, but he is hollow in the end. Yes, I know US Yaqub through social media. I do not know him in person. Sometimes his reels, they pop up on my feed. So about the podcast, I want you to go to the comment section of your favorite shake and comment podcast with Under the Green Dome. Maybe the show they are skeptical and dubious because I am a newcomer. They do not really know about me. They do not know me personally. So that is a disadvantage, a little bit of disadvantage. But the Shuyukh I know, they are quite humble. They are very loving. And thank you, Saki Nadi. Thank you for this comment. The Shuyukh they may be dubious about doing podcast with me. So if you would go to the comment section of your favorite Shayuk and ask them to do a podcast, maybe they will make then it will be easy for me. Yes, I have contacted Hazrat Ehsan Saab and he has agreed to do a podcast, but he is a little bit busy right now. He asked me to remind him in a few days. No, Sheikh Ehsan Saab, he's a great man. Wallahi, a person so famous with such knowledge. Whenever I message him, I text him, he replies me within seconds. There are some ulama who, they are very grumpy, but Hafiz Ehsan Saab, he is not one of them. Are you asking about the podcast with Allama Farooq Rizvi Saab, or I am not uploading his videos? Brother Safdar, if you can clarify what you are asking. Are you asking about the podcast, or I have not contacted him from the for the podcast, and I have not uploaded his videos because they have copyright issues. I asked permission, but due to their personal reasons, they did not give me the permission to upload their videos, and they only, let people share their videos. Walaikum Assalam warahmatullah. 1 UPT. Yes, Sri Lankan Ehsan Sahab. Yes, he has agreed to do a podcast with me. Uh, but he's a little busy right now. A lot of scholars I have contacted, they have all agreed. Some are on tour, some are fighting Islamophobia in their countries. And fighting Islamophobia, I think, is the most important priority right now. Also, if anyone knows any scholar, he is in contact with them. You can put a good word for me. As I told you, the Mashayikh are a little bit busy right now. The person who is free first, inshallah, we will host them on this podcast. Walaikum salam, brother Khadim Hussain, Ghulam Khadim Hussain. Also, the important thing is that there is a ceasefire in Gaza, and all our priority should be Gaza right now. We should help them, aid them in whatever way possible. We have to rebuild Gaza to the glory it had before and make it even better. Gaza, it was not a test for them, it was a test for us. And we did not do anything, we let them down. Now we have the opportunity to rebuild Gaza, to help the children who lost their parents, who lost their limbs, and we should do the most. I think it is because of the internet. My voice is too slow. And if you mean low, then I am talking in a low tone. I think we have been live for almost an hour now, and it is time to end this stream. So in the end, I only request you to, support this channel. You have supported this channel so far, and it has come so far. We set up a podcast. Although we haven't had our first guest officially, but inshallah we will do that too. Keep supporting this channel. There is a channel under the under the green dome Urdu. Also subscribe to that channel and pray for Palestine. Pray for our ulama. Pray for Muslims around the globe. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.